All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Wong Chat. We're on, I think 34 now, so it's been quite some time. I started this before the whole pandemic situation, but then like it kind of just like people were like, oh yeah, you started this podcast because the pandemic. No, I started this before that happened. It just so happened now everyone and their mom has a podcast. Whatever. That's why I'm doing it as a vodcast, where I get to talk to my friends live on stream. And I got friends from different industries, cosplay, gaming, all kind of stuff. Tonight we have Lindsay and Zach, and they're both from gaming and cosplay. I actually know them for quite some time. I don't actually know how long. I'll ask them in a bit. But yeah, I've been to their weddings. Like, they're very good friends. They're friends that I know that I would know for the rest of my life. So it's good to have them on, and they just moved to a new house. It's very nice, it's cute, but also they're streamers, so make sure you check them out. Again, this is live on Twitch right now. It's twitch.tv/ModernWongPhoto. We're here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can also watch this on YouTube. We're of course very active on Twitter, Instagram, on everything. Of course, this also on every major podcast platform, like Spotify, iTunes, and I guess Google, which nobody really use. Anyway, yeah, you know what? I'm not even sure how to explain them even better because they're just good friends. So I'm just gonna let them tell us more about themselves. So what's up, guys?
What's up, Martin Wong? All right. Before we do anything, say anything, get into anything, what color are your pants?
Oh yeah!
Right now.
So I'm actually not at a con, so I don't have to wear colorful pants. I'm just wearing like pajama pants because it's home. It's comfy. I mean, it's like this is like Harry Potter stuff. So Lindsay would love it too. But
okay, yeah, all right. That's pretty
pretty colorful. I mean,
all the different houses,
25 colors there.
It's not normal, and that's all. That's all I wanted to verify is that they're far from normal.
Oh, you should see my short. Like we have AC on right now, but like I'll bring them over.
Martin normally wears. He's got like every color of pants that has ever existed.
Pastel.
I have a box.
I have a pastel like neon. That's neon.
Well, no, like
pastel,
like blues, off orange, pinkish, like all kind, like the kind of shit that. Coral. Yeah, the kind of shit you would like use as one of the two colors for your bathroom. I feel like Martin Wong embraces those colors in a way that nobody else I've ever seen does. So
I have a whole box of it, like literally like a case of it, but now they're all being packed because convention is not going on for like at least a while.
Yeah. Forever.
But normally at home, I wear this short. They're so they're so colorful. Yeah. They're Hawaiian and there's
kind of stuff. Is that like swim short?
No, there's normal short. There's nothing inside. There's no basket or whatever you call it. But yeah,
weird. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's fun. But yeah. No, like we don't have convention for a while, so I'm not even sure when's the next time I'm gonna see you guys.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that the other day.
TwitchCon,
we still don't know if TwitchCon's gonna happen or not, right?
Is it even gonna happen?
I haven't heard anything about that yet.
If it gets canceled, though, we could go to Phoenix because Phoenix got delayed from. It's usually end of May, early June-ish, and they postponed it to the same weekend as TwitchCon in September. So if TwitchCon gets canceled. The bright side is we could probably go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, though. We'll see. Yeah, it's really still too early to know for sure.
Has BlizzCon said anything yet?
It's too early for them.
Yeah.
So
but I'm like, that's how long we have to plan now, though. Like, November. Is everything else just getting canceled? It's pretty crazy.
I think the earliest thing they're canceled right now is like Comic-Con or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, though. Like, anything in California, I feel like you have to double the amount of time. California or New York, I feel like you have to at least double the amount of time as everywhere else because they're probably a little bit more nervous about opening things back up, understandably.
Yeah, and lots more people.
So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But hopefully for sure in September, we'll get either TwitchCon or Phoenix, one of those two. And, maybe something before then, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. I mean, I'm not even sure convention is a good idea anyway.
Who cares?
Too many people.
I gotta be honest. I was more excited this year for E3 and for TwitchCon than I've ever been. Ever.
It's another like a console war year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited, and when everything initially started getting canceled, I was furious. I was really bummed out. I mean, because I was just really looking forward to the events this year. But I gotta say, like, I'm really starting to enjoy the time off. Like,
it's really become a blessing in disguise. It's like we just moved into a nicer house that's like a bit cheaper, so we can like stay home and actually save money now because we don't have to go anywhere. There's no cons, there's no trips, there's no nothing. So it's like we're gonna sit here and actually like save some money.
We're
and you guys get to work from home. You guys get to stream every day.
Yeah, we're saving tons of money. Our sub counts are high. Not to try and benefit off of everything that's happening. Like it's obviously sucks, but the bright side is that we haven't had to travel for longer than, probably ever since we've known each other. Like it's been, we went to...
We've been home for 3 months now.
It's like more than that. It's close to 6 months, I think. Like, I don't remember. The last time we went out of town, I think was Seattle, right? For New Year's.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been anywhere else. Like
we've had some Vegas trips, but those were like...
We did go to Vegas.
We did a small like fun trip.
Yeah, we haven't gone to an actual convention
since October.
Since
Paris.
Yeah, basically, we were technically in
Salt Lake. Was that
was September?
Oh.
September. Yeah, we had a really crazy end of the year last year. We did a lot of stuff. So part of it's that. Part of it is probably just being relieved that we don't have to go anywhere again anytime soon, because the last 6 months of 2019 were the craziest 6 months we've ever had. We did like 2 years worth of shit in that time. So when we got home, and at the end of the year, we go to Seattle every year and hang out with Dan and Deanna.
I love that. How's Dan doing, by the way?
By the way,
how's Dan doing? How did he get hurt again?
Yeah,
he had a rough accident. He has this e-bike. It's basically a bike with an electric motor in it, or not a motor, more like a rotor, and he rides a lot to work. He works at 343 and develops for Halo. And I think if he rides his bike, it's like 40 minutes, and he's just a really avid cyclist. He really enjoys, he rides motorcycles too and everything, but he has this really cool e-bike. When we were up there in Seattle, he was showing it to me. It's really cool actually. And he unfortunately just took a spill in a really nasty stretch of a parking lot where it was like cobblestone. So his fall was really bad.
Over the handlebars, and fell, and like he fractured some ribs, and punctured a lung, and been in the hospital since Friday.
Yeah, it happened Friday. So
I saw a picture he just posted like yesterday. He was standing up and he seemed to be okay-ish, but he's a strong guy.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, and he was hoping to get out today, but I haven't heard anything, so we'll see.
He might be doing that thing where the doctor said you should not get out, and then he's like, "No, I can do this. I can do this."
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, Dan.
I'll be fine tomorrow.
Dan is very much.
He's definitely one of those people.
He just wants to get back to work. They're trying to ship Halo Infinite at the end of this year, and Dan's been working like 14-hour days on that from home because of the quarantine. So he's just. I felt really bad when we heard the news. We were so bummed out for him, because it's just a really bad time for something like that to happen to him, and he's such a workaholic that we had the same sentiment. Like he's gonna try and overrule the doctors
he's gonna be like,
and go back home and go back to work before he probably should. But hopefully,
all of us.
Yeah,
we're all workaholics.
Yeah. I'd be the same way. I'd be sitting there in the hospital being like, I have to answer messages.
Yeah,
I have to send an email. So
that's like my life right now. Every day I'm like, I need to make content. I'm like, I don't know, but like, I'm tired, but I feel like I have to, and it's just a constant struggle.
I'm tired too. I've been tired for like weeks. It's all good stuff, and it's funny to complain about, but I'm like, I am so tired all the time.
Like, what about the quarantine? Does it make you more tired or less tired? Is it easier because there's no expectation to be outside? I don't know.
I feel like we are very fortunate in the sense that it hasn't really affected us. We didn't really go outside much anyways. We did cons and stuff here and there, but we've always worked from home. We've always ordered our food. We've always we don't really leave much. We don't really hang out. or party much. We don't really go anywhere. So it's like, the only thing is we don't get to go see a movie every week. That's like the biggest thing. But other than that, it's like we work out from home, we eat here, we hang out here. Hasn't affected us too much.
Yeah, our lives really haven't changed too much, and we kind of had an opportunity drop in our lap to move in the midst of all this. We weren't really looking to do that in the middle of quarantine, but I don't know, it just kind of worked out, and you know, other than the move, yeah, things really haven't changed. You know, this is right around the time of year where we'd start going to events again, like we did. We usually kick off the year with Gamers for Giving in March up in Michigan, where we do a big charity drive. We did that from home this year, and then, you know, right around now is the time that other events would start to pile up, and we'd be getting ready to start traveling a lot. And so it is kind of weird. Like, I mean, a little stir crazy. We go on walks a lot, and we try to get out of the house and just, I don't know, do something other than just streaming all day and being inside. And that's helped a lot.
You guys and your charity stuff are amazing. Like, every single time you guys do crazy stuff and also raise a lot of money. Like, oh.
Yeah. Well, it's our communities, honestly. Like, it's a thing. I think, 6 years now we've been doing it? 5 years now?
I've been doing it for 5. You've been 6.
Yeah.
The first year I didn't go.
Long time. But people like are ready for it every year now. They're saving right now for next year already. It's like the one big thing we do every year, and there's a countdown, and everyone's like, I'm going super hard next year. And it's crazy. I was actually talking to one of the people from Gamers Outreach yesterday because we have donated so many carts to Phoenix Children's Hospital that they are overflowing, and they're like, please stop. We're not ungrateful, but please stop sending things to our hospital. So we're like, well, now we got to go find a different one because our community is insane and they are like overflowing this poor hospital.
I was actually talking to someone last night on this show. She actually do stream charity stuff. She works for Tiltify.
Oh, cool.
And yeah,
I think they partnered with Gamers Outreach this year.
Didn't they? Yeah, they do the alerts and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she can't explain it, but they kind of like a platform that let people donate easier. But anyway, it's just crazy how like the gaming world, it's like we're doing so much right now, especially now during these quarantine situations.
It's awesome. Like it's such a good problem to have. Yesterday when we were talking to them about where we should send the carts, because they always ask us, where do you want to send the carts that we raise every year? And we always have just traditionally.
So what is a cart?
So when we do the charity drive, for every $3,500, that's enough money to build a gaming go-kart. And it's basically a hospital-approved device that can be wheeled from room to room. And it has an Xbox and a monitor and 2 controllers built into it with an external power supply with surge protection and all this other stuff. So basically kids can play games. During the quarantine, they've been used a lot so that people in hospitals can Skype with their families and stuff because there's no visitors. So they're just extremely versatile things because you can do anything from watch Netflix to play a game to talk to someone over voice chat. And
so it's like one of the nice things that they mention every time we go is that it's nice for these kids to be able to hop on voice chat and like play with their brother at home and stuff. So it's like it just kind of lets them escape the hospital for a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, there are people complaining about, you know, being quarantined for like a week, 2 weeks, a month or 2, but those are kids that are like stuck there for like a long period of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and their mental state is, it turns out is really, really important when it comes to healing. You know, like your personal level of confidence and positivity actually goes a long way to how your body tends to respond. And if you can distract a kid from extreme pain or being disfigured maybe or something crazy like that, it's extremely good for them. And whenever we've been in the hospitals here at Phoenix or up in Michigan where they run the event, the nurses, the doctors, the people that actually wheel these carts around to kids just can't tell us how much they help. You know, it's immeasurable. And
I bet.
when we were going over the list yesterday of hospitals, there's a waiting list to get these carts of all these hospitals that want them now. And so we got to pick one, and we picked the Salt Lake City burn trauma unit for the ICU up in Utah. So we figured, we're trying to. It's hard to pick where you want to send this.
You want to send them to everybody.
But we're just thinking burn victims would probably be a really good place to send these things, because those are typically going to be people that are really going to be in the hospital for a while and are dealing with some pretty major life-changing stuff. And so that was where we decided to send the ones from this year. So thank you guys to our community. I think we raised 5 of them this year, almost 4 or 5 of them.
Like that. Like a lot. We did a lot.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We were really impressed, because we figured one of the reasons why it does so well every year is because we get to go up and do a weekend long stream on location with all these other streamers behind us, and it's this big event, and we get to do silly string and party poppers and all this crazy stuff. So we were really kind of nervous about having it at home this year. So we're like, it's not going to be as much fun. It's just me and Zach. We can't really do the same sort of things. There's not people running around, but it's like, we did just as good as we did last year. So it's pretty crazy. Like I
was really surprised, actually.
We have an incredible community of people. So
that's awesome. Like, I thought about doing some charity stuff later too. Of course, now with the quarantine, it's a bit trickier. Yeah. But originally, I have a plan was just like, empowering kids to, because how they do the whole like, let's play with kids kind of thing, where they go to the hospital and play.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, while they're doing that, maybe I can set up another station thing, kind of game thing. I'll set up my camera, everything, and let the kids take the photos of, their favorite, I don't know, streamer or whatever. And then, and then we can use that photos and let viewers to buy it or whatever. And then the money go back to the hospital, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Brainstorming about that. So
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. But when this over, I'll making sure I'll get back to it. Right now, it's like, it's a bit tricky.
Yeah. A lot of things are at a halt right now. So
yeah. And it's tough to ask people for money for anything right now, even if it's for a really good cause. Everyone is a little strapped right now, with the exception of people who are a little bit more fortunate like us, who aren't necessarily suffering from the situation. So you got to bear that in mind too. It's tough to promote anything, because I just feel bad thinking about, like, we put plans for our apparel line on hold, and just lots of stuff. Like, we just don't even want to think about it right now, So it's I'm looking forward to stuff dying down and getting back to normal, so people can get back to, working on products and building business and just doing things like that.
How about music stuff? Do you guys still do music related stuff, or?
Yeah, that's all on quarantine hold now too, though.
Yeah, we've been working on a really cool project with a good friend of mine who is a audio engineer here in Arizona, and he's done, I've worked with him for a long time. Like, he's done like all the recordings I've done for the last few bands that I was in, and just a really talented guy, really good musician. And we've been working on a really cool rock opera that we started a little over a year ago with him.
Rock
opera. And we're really proud of it so far. It's going really well. And but obviously a couple months ago, he had to stop bringing people in for sessions and stuff and recording. But
I was just starting mine, so we have like a day of recording for mine, and then we had something
about you were up to like 4 a.m. recording that night.
Yeah, it was like the whole night. So, and then there's some of it I have to go in and like retrack because it didn't come out right. And but we were like in the middle of all of that, and then we had to stop. So once everything opens back up and calms down a little bit, we'll get back to that. But
I feel like for recording,
it's been like a year at least in the baking, right? So far,
he's been working on it for about 18 months, I want to say. Okay. And a few months into it is when he approached me to come in and then started working on stuff for the two of us to do as vocalists. So
I feel like for recording, it shouldn't be too big of a problem because you are in an isolated sound booth, so you're not really in close distance with people. So
under normal circumstances, he probably would have just kept working, but he has his mother-in-law lives with him, and she has been through chemotherapy, so they're just being extra careful. And so I know people have been sending him in like remote recordings and things like that, but it's a passion project. We don't really have a deadline, so we're just sort of waiting it out at this point.
It's far more fun to go in there and record than to stay here and record. So happy to wait.
Also, it's different equipment as well. You know, I've seen people build their own sound booth, but it's just not the same. Like, it's difficult.
Yeah. Especially if the whole project has been recorded there, and then you have one thing that's been recorded somewhere else. And
you can tell and you hear it's like, it's kind of off.
It's a little off.
Yeah.
What about streaming wise? Like, what are you guys streaming? I mean, I watch both your streams all the time, but you guys do just different kind of variety. I know about your bar news, and I know you play games. Lindsay, I also know you play all kind of games. What was the game that you were playing recently? Is it Last of Us?
Uncharted.
That thing looks amazing. It looks very cinematic.
Yeah. So right now, with all the games have been like delayed and pushed back with all the craziness. So there's not a ton of new things coming out right now. So I've been going back and playing games that I missed, that I just like skipped over. So I had never played Uncharted before. And
wait, was it the first one?
I played the first 4. So there's 4 and then there's like 2 spin-offs, I think.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. So like last month, the PlayStation Network gave the first 3 games away for free. So I was like, well, I guess it's time for me to play this. So yeah, I played through all 4 of those. And then I've never played Mass Effect before. So I'm going through and playing Mass Effect now. My community is very excited about that. They've been bugging me for years to play that one. So
lots of people are replaying Mass Effect right now.
Yeah, I think it's because there's rumors that there's going to be a remaster later. So people are like really hyped. But yeah,
I wonder if I could ask Mark about it, because next week I have Mark on the show, and he's the voice of Shepard.
Cool.
So
nice.
I don't know what he can tell me or what he cannot tell me. But
yeah, probably nothing. That is still be cool though. That's really
what do you guys think about the new console, the Xbox stuff? For PlayStation as well, but
that's a Zach question. Zach has many opinions.
I have a lot of opinions on that. That was one of the reasons I was so excited for E3 this year, and so bummed when it turned out it wasn't going to happen.
The new
consoles, the new consoles are going to be really different this time. They're not really going to be consoles anymore. They're going to be really, really powerful, small form factor PCs, basically. And we've all been kind of waiting for that to happen. Eventually they were going to have to transform the shape of a console into something that more resembles a PC tower, just so that they can get better performance out of it. And that's what we're seeing. We haven't seen the PlayStation yet, but rumor is that they're going to show that to us in August, and it's going to look different as well. I mean, the new Xbox is obviously much bigger than any other console in terms of the overall shape and everything. But if you pull it apart, it's got the way they designed that thing is actually really cool. I'm really excited. It's got like a split motherboard. It's got the cooling and everything, the way that it's set up, the way that the CPU is going to talk to the GPU and the RAM. It's going to allow it to do things that like a traditionally built PC is just not really capable of doing unless you throw major money at it.
They have to find a way to beat PC, because now that you can plug in a controller into the PC and you can buy almost the same games on PC, then they need to find a way to have a competitive edge.
Well, I don't think Phil Spencer doesn't really seem interested in that anymore. And ever since he took over, it's been more about sort of walking over to the PC community, waving a white flag, be like, let's just marry the two platforms.
Let's be friends.
and they've done a really good job, and he was really smart in the sense that they took Windows, which Microsoft owns as well, obviously, and used that as an ecosystem to just put them all together. Just take Xbox Live, take PC gaming. So now all the Xbox games are play anywhere, so that you don't even technically need to own an Xbox. They're trying to move from this old antiquated model, I think, where they had to sell you a console before they could sell you a game, and they don't want to, they want to get rid of that. And they're still going to sell consoles. The console is going to be a really good value. We don't know the price of Series X yet, but it's probably going to be $500 again.
That's really cheap.
Yeah. Even if it was $600 or $700, it would still be, if you were going to build a PC that was comparable, you would be spending at least $1,400-$1,500, realistically, that's what it would cost you. And So I'm really happy that they're going to continue to build consoles, because I prefer playing on a console, but I don't care. I'll play on a PC or a console as long as the population pool is good. I can play with people regardless of what device they're using. These are all things that Xbox seems really hellbent on changing for the industry and leading by example. So I'm really excited about that personally. And we're starting to see Sony adopt some of these things almost forcefully. Almost they're really reluctant. They stood in the way of cross-platform for a long time. They're just now starting to be cool about that. They're starting to do backwards compatibility so that you don't have to own a PS4 to play a PS4 game. You know what I mean? So, so I'm really happy. I think consoles are going to be the best they've ever been because they're going to be the most powerful they've ever been. But I also think that the general way that things are done is being sort of turned over, and it's going to be different going forward. And it's going to be better for gamers and worse for the companies that, traditionally have really gouged our wallets to try and make us play specific games a specific way. Now it's more about just getting people in and letting them game however they want. And I think that's really cool, personally.
I think it's a lot of that's the thing, right? Both like newspaper, news outlets, gaming, and all kind of stuff. Is that we're so used to traditional medias and traditional stuff. It's taking a while for us to go to the new kind of, I don't know, innovations or next step. And I think we're finally getting there for almost everything, gamings, media, and everything. And as you said, like they have to find a way to improve and change, or else it's gonna left behind. That's how many companies happen.
Yeah, people will only tolerate so much, and if you have a way of doing business that turns out to be anti-consumer, or things like planned obsolescence, where you build a product but you try and control that product even after a customer buys it, like so that they can't repair it, or they can't function without you being the person that they have to turn to no matter what, even if it's a little screw that holds the fan in that fails. Things like that are really starting to get pushed against, just in technology in general. And
wasn't there like a red ring of death for something for the Xbox for a while?
Yeah, the red rings.
Yeah, well, that's a good example. It's like back then, Xbox had a serious issue where I don't remember which bus would fail, but it had something to do with the power supply, I think, and it would think that it's overheating and it would shut down when it really wasn't. It was something like that, and it was a really common issue. And so, because of the way Microsoft had things structured at the time, you couldn't just take the Xbox and crack it open and fix it. They made it really hard for people to do that. You had to go through their warranty process or just buy another one. And Microsoft is historically pretty litigious if you try and like overhaul their hardware or their software or resell it. They've like sued people that mess with stuff like that and try and take old broken equipment and fix it so that it's functional and run a business of that. It's tough, man. There's actually a big movement called Right to Repair happening right now, with legislation aimed pretty squarely at companies like Microsoft and Apple. Yeah, like because they just completely screw people. And what they do is, it's pretty shady. I don't know if you could necessarily call it illegal, but I think that there's certain aspects of how you should have to conduct a business if you're going to build a product and sell it to the general public.
It's very tricky. I mean, we used to stuff like cars, right? You buy a car, yeah, you can mod it, not a problem, and it shouldn't be the case with something that you bought and you own. So it's, I mean, again, a lot of stuff that we deal with nowadays is both hardware and software, which is kind of in human history wise, it's still very short. So therefore, it's like we're still figuring out like, oh, how's that gonna work, and what is something that you own, even if it's not physical? Do you own it, like like a digital stuff? I mean, same thing with a lot of stuff that we do, like our digital stuff, like Lindsay of your photos and stuff like that too.
Yeah, you guys face a lot of that too. I think with like digital rights and who owns it, what they can be doing with it.
Yeah,
those are conversations that are tough to have, but they need to be had.
Lindsay, do you still have a Patreon or anything like that?
I don't do Patreon. That was something I just figured I would never be able to keep up with Patreon with like monthly things. I'm really bad at shipping stuff. Like with my print store, I would get really far behind with traveling and stuff. So I was like, I probably should not try Patreon. I feel like that'll be terrible. I do have an OnlyFans right now though. So I've pretty much just been doing Twitch and OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And then the clothing line. So
OnlyFans, I heard, is doing pretty good on helping people take down stuff too. Like give somewhere to
I've heard that. I haven't had any issues myself with that. But I have heard they're like one of the best sites. If you have someone who's been like leaking your content, they'll go after them for you. So
yeah, good. Because
like, I had to
illegally download my own stuff before to see if they're actually leaked out or something, It's like someone else Patreon, but then they
you legally downloaded your own stuff.
Yeah, so it verifies my own stuff. It's like, oh yeah, those are mine, so I can then send them a DMCA.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting time, especially coming from Asia, where we usually pirate everything, and I'm like, I'm pirating my own thing. How's the table have turned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should leak your own stuff sometimes just to really get the buzz going,
Right? And then here's the thing, and that's the thing about the whole cancel culture too. I feel like every time something bad happened, it just makes people more popular.
It does.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And it's safe to say most people have figured that out.
And it happens a lot on Twitch right now. Like every single how like recently there's a lot of streamer where people are saying like they're complaining how people are not subbing, and the people just clip them like, oh, those girls or guys or whatever asking for sub, and then instantly everybody know about them. Even I didn't care and know about them, and I was like, now I have to know about it.
It's like, oh, this is that person who was sad about subs. It's just it's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that necessarily helps too much if you're kind of small trying to get big, because I've seen a lot of what you're talking about is like snotty girls sitting there like it's only $5, and like lecturing people about giving them money and stuff, and like whether or not that's real or staged and whether or not it was worth it or not, I'm not sure. But I know when a big streamer screws up, it always seems to help them. Like if someone's already really established. Like when Dr. Disrespect went in the bathroom at E3 last year, for instance, that did like he got banned for a day, he got kicked out of E3 and all this stuff. But like in the long run, I think that 100% helped him and made his channel bigger, got everybody talking about him.
I think for that one incident particularly, I don't think it was on purpose. I think that was actually accidental. He would just keep going, and then
I feel like when you're doing stuff like that, when you're filming, you just don't really think about it.
Well,
you're like, oh, I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna go in here, and then later on, someone's like, you can't do that. Like,
we saw him. We were at the Bethesda booth at E3 last year, and we saw him come walking down the aisle. We were standing in front of the Bethesda booth talking to some people, just in a small group, and I saw him coming, and he had 2 or 3 guys walking around him that were running his cameras and stuff, and. And then we saw him round the corner and walk behind the Bethesda booth to the bathrooms, and that's the bathroom he went into. So we saw him just like a few minutes before that happened. And the guys that were running his camera, they looked so shady, dude. Like just throat tats and just like they looked like they were straight out of prison. I just remember thinking, that's kind of odd, And but they're the ones that were running the camera and followed him in there. So I was always a little curious whether or not he
had a talk with
him. If
he told him to do it, or if he thought to tell them to stay out but didn't and just let it happen. I guess we'll never know, but it definitely didn't hurt his channel. It definitely helped his channel in the long run, I thought.
Yeah. He's a very tall guy, so it really stand out in general, like whenever he's like at a cons, because I see him a few times at events too, and he usually draw a crowd because he is Dr. Disrespect. But here's the thing, right? Then you got into that like whole mindset. It's like, should I do that every once in a while? I mean, as long as it's not anything too bad, I feel like that might be a bad example, but people would still do it. Pokemon the other day, and then I feel again that was an accident too. I think she clicked on a link and then it was Pornhub or something.
Well, I heard that she, had like mods set up to like scan links beforehand, and so that she, fully expected that to be a vetted link too. So it was, I guess there's always a risk of doing stuff like that. I would be so paranoid to do something like that. I would never open up a link on stream like that without looking at it first. So
I'm always like, you can send it to me and I'll look at it when I stop the stream. Like, I do not.
Yeah, either different screen or like don't open it at all, or I'll check it out later. I mean, that's why we have Discord, right? I always tell them like, oh yeah, just put in the Discord and then we'll check it out later.
Yeah, there's a lot of accidents that happen that I'm just like, you know, maybe they didn't plan it, but they sure as hell like
it doesn't hurt.
We're reckless in a way that suggests that they kind of wanted it to happen, you know. Yeah. So
I am extremely paranoid. So I'm like, if anything has even a 5% chance of getting me in trouble, I'm like, nope, stay away from that one.
How else am I gonna cancel you, Lindsay?
You're not ever.
She's cancel proof, man.
Cancel proof.
But I'm extremely cancel worthy, so it balances out. We meet in the middle.
Yeah. Actually, how does that work? Because I feel like one of you is definitely much more on the safer side, and the other one of you is definitely more on the risky
he does whatever
side.
He wants, and then I pace outside until he's finished saying what he's saying, and then I yell at him afterwards.
Well, the difference really is that that my channel isn't very big, so I can get away with it. I'm flying way under the radar compared to most streamers, so. You know,
it's just crazy. Like, I can't watch your bar streams because I'm like, you probably shouldn't have said that.
It's always late night too, so it's great. So I'm like, I'm drinking too. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you're drunk and you're watching it, it's hilarious. If you're sober, you might be like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I'd definitely be lying if I'd said that there's never been a day where I wake up and I'm just like, I need to go delete that. You know, I feel like most streamers are probably like that though. Whether you're big or small, you're gonna have those days where maybe you drank a little too much, or you got mad, or you're just having a bad day, and you say some things you probably shouldn't have, or you know, whatever the case may be. You're not even really broke the rules. You're just embarrassed. You know? Like,
that's what I do. I'll have nights where I drink way too much. I don't do anything. I just get really giggly and like stupid, and I repeat myself over and over again. I'll say something, and then like 30 seconds later, I'll say it again. And then like people just laugh, and it's nothing bad, but I wake up and I'm like, I don't ever want anyone to look at that ever again. It's going away.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times that like I feel, oh man, like we were from a time that's like, it's from a different age. Like how we experience internet is very different than how kids experience internet nowadays. My friend yesterday posted on her Facebook was saying like there are people trying to cancel Joji for Filthy Frank because they just found out about Filthy Frank. But I'm like, that's a very different time, man.
Yeah.
And he's a YouTuber, right? Filthy Frank?
Yeah. And he did a lot of very edgy kind of like a personality and jokes and stuff like that. That's definitely wouldn't work now. Like even like have you heard how Robert Downey Jr. was talking to Joe Rogan about Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, he's like, yeah, I actually watched that. That was really good. And I think he's right. I think even back then, you know, like that was 2009 when they made that movie, and it wasn't really until like 2011, 2012 that things really got politically correct again for the first time in a while. Mm-hmm. And so this was like even a few years prior to that, and he almost didn't do it, you know, and I can't even imagine how nervous he must have been, because he was someone who at that time, this was like his last Hail Mary to get his career back. You know,
was it before Iron Man?
It was after Iron Man. It was, it was the same year he did Iron Man, I think. I think
so he just kind of restarted.
Yeah, but like Iron Man was first though, I know that, and when he got offered the job for Iron Man, Marvel didn't want him. And and the reason they didn't want him is because they couldn't get bonded for the film insurance wise. And because Robert Downey Jr. had gotten drunk and drugged out and partied his way to the point that an entire production had been canceled for movies, TV shows, just for like 20 years. He had this reputation as a party guy. And so they couldn't get the insurance for the film because he was uninsurable. And Mel Gibson, of all people, in 2008, fronted the bond money for the insurance so that Robert Downey Jr. could make Iron Man. So in a way, a lot of people don't know this, but Mel Gibson is essentially the reason that Robert Downey Jr. became Iron Man. Wow. And right as that all was happening, and he has to have this crazy multimillionaire friend front all this money so that he can do this job. He agrees to play a black guy in Tropic Thunder. And you know, like, so I really admire his balls for at that point in his career, he had so much to lose. He had no chance.
So risky,
left, you know, and he did it anyway.
Just like, whatever.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, like either like, cause yeah, exactly. He just came back from all this stuff, and then like he has all this like history, and if like he doesn't get it right, he's done for.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, for sure. And if people had taken that the wrong way, I thought it was really funny too when he mentioned that everyone was more upset about Ben Stiller making fun of Simple Jack, and then they were about Robert Downey Jr. playing a black guy. And
I think that's the whole movie is about. How I think the problem is that people don't get it. They're making fun of like Hollywood trope.
Right.
Yeah. In the end, I don't think anyone respectable or rational got mad at that, because at the end of the day, you're right. They're making fun of people who think that they have the right to take these liberties and portray things that they have no way of relating to because they're just stuck up and narcissistic Hollywood dudes. And they were basically mocking that.
I think it was fun. I was still surprised about Tom Cruise. I didn't know that was him for the longest time.
He's like, I want fat hands and I want to dance.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious. I thought, and I actually watched something with Tom Cruise about that too, where they're saying Ben Stiller had showed Tom Cruise the script for it, and they didn't really have a part for Tom Cruise. It was just something that he was showing him that he was working on. And Tom Cruise was like, I want to be part of this, but there's a part missing in this movie that they didn't have any kind of studio person in the initial screenplay, I guess. Like, he goes, you're missing a pressure point of the studio that's fronting the money and producing the film, putting all this pressure on like the director and the actors to get this project done. And that's an entire other angle of the story that needs to be present. And so they wrote that character up and they wrote the studio side up. And then he and Bill Hader were like the two, production studio head guys that were, just screaming death orders at everyone involved with the movie. And
I think the whole movie is also of them making fun of the whole industry because they're in it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, only they could do that, like only they could really make fun of that as well as they did, I think, because they're already all these giant A-listers. Like Matthew McConaughey was in it as the agent. And, like that movie really is quite a cocktail of major players if you think about it.
I might need to rewatch it, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get drunk tomorrow night or something. And
hell yeah.
Lindsay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And that's, again, this is me thinking about too, because I have lots of friends nowadays, especially cosplay friends, are going going from cosplay to streaming, especially with quarantine. You were one person who did it very successfully. I mean, of course, you did both in the beginning first, but I feel like you did cosplay before you did streaming, right?
I did, yeah. So I started cosplay. I've been cosplaying forever. I started in high school or grade school, going into high school. Anyways. So I've been doing that forever. And then I would say like 2010, 2011-ish was when I started to like get into it at a higher level, like a professional level, and started, touring and doing commissions and prints and all that stuff. And then it was Zach who got me into Twitch. He was just like, you should try this because you play games and people would like to watch you play games. You can hang out with them. And when I first streamed, I hated it. Oh my God, I hated it. People are so mean. They are like, I could not believe how mean people were. It's like, Jesus
Christ.
So
you're a girl or something?
What's that?
Is it because you were a girl or?
Yeah, they were just like mad that I existed. I don't even know. They're like they're mad that my KD isn't 50,000 and they're mad that I'm here existing and they're mad that people are watching me because I'm a girl and they're mad that I'm having a good time and they're having a bad time. I don't even know. They're just awful.
She hated it. For the first year, I would say. Maybe 6 months. 6 months to a year-ish. That from I would say end of 2013 to end of 2014-ish was around the time that you started. I had to make her do it. Like she wouldn't do it.
Well, it was because it was like I would hop on and I'd be like trying to have fun and like do my own thing. And there's all these people who are like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. You're stupid. You're being stupid. Why aren't you shooting at this person? Why aren't you doing this? Why are you using this build? Why are you playing a priest? Why are you? And I'm just like, would you just leave me alone? I'm just trying to play a game. Jesus Christ. And then everyone would be mean. And like, this was a long time ago when I was first starting to get into this. And I hadn't put up my like mental guards to this stuff yet.
Because people are so mean, like out of nowhere.
People hate me so much. I don't even know these people. I just met them and they all hate me and I don't know why. So it's like, Zach's like, you should stream. And I'm like, why? So everyone can tell me how much they hate me. I'm not going to stream. So
needless to say, she loves it when you backseat and she does a great job just ignoring the chat when it's negative. So
yeah, backseating is my most favorite thing. But yeah, anyways, so I hated it for a really long time. And then I don't know. Then I started streaming Grand Theft Auto. That was when I started really streaming, was Grand Theft Auto. Because it was something where I hopped on and I could get, I don't know, 25 people or something to hop on with me. And then Zach would play and we would all get in voice chat. And then it was fun. And then I didn't care what anybody had to say because I was like, this is hilarious. No one can be mad about this because this is hilarious. So then I started to be like, all right, this is kind of fun, I guess. Like, this is, whatever, it's fine. I kind of like this. And then I would do it again and I'd be like, all right, well, there's still some mean people, but like, I'll just ban them. And then my problems will go away. And then like after a year of weeding out the mean people and keeping the nice people, I was like, okay, I like this. This is good. I have a community. I have people. There's some banter, obviously. Like, we all tell each other we hate each other all the time, but it's out of love. It's not out of anger.
Thank you.
And I still get people who come in and are mean. But I'm at the point now where my community is so strong, and I have been doing this for so long that we all just, like, will make fun of the person. The mean person will get jumped on for being mean. And then they'll either get mad and leave, or they'll be like, you guys are kind of fun. I'm going to stay, So, but yeah, I think one of the reasons that I am so successful on Twitch now is because I started so long ago. I made my channel in 2013. And then I've been a partner for
2014, right?
2013 was when I made the account.
Right, but 14
was when I started everything.
That's when you got partnered? Like, I want to say it was the end of 2014.
I think so, because I'm thinking this will be my 6th year as a partner in November.
Yeah.
So I'm at like 5.5 years of being a partner now.
Yeah.
Which is a long time.
It is a long time. Yeah.
And I've had people subbed since day one. I have people that have been subbed to me for 5.5 years. Like, it's
a long time.
But I think that's why I am where I am right now, was because I started before everyone else, kind of. So I got to ride the wave a little bit before, and now I'm sitting at a really nice spot while everyone else is trying to get in on it, So I kind of feel like it's that hard. Sort of growth thing that everyone's stuck in right now. So
yeah, back then, I'd say like around 2015, 2016-ish, because I started in 2015, and I piggybacked off of her channel because it was already established and stuff. So I kind of cheated to get started initially. But honestly, back then, like if you didn't start a channel before 2016 and you didn't have a bigger channel that you were connected to in any way,
some sort of like social presence,
super tough, because at that point, right around that time, is when Twitch, I feel like it went from having, for every streamer, there's probably 1,000 viewers. Now it's almost like a 1-to-1 ratio. For every viewer, there's a streamer. You know?
Yeah, and the growth for streamers is a lot higher, like proportionally wise, than viewers.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah. So, and a lot of people, over the years, we've seen a lot of people start streaming and decide it's not for them, and then they just go back to being someone that watches streams and interacts with communities.
Or they'll do it every once in a while. They'll do it once or twice a month.
Yeah, so
it just is a fun thing. But yeah, we've had plenty of people who have tried to make careers out of it, who've had to be like, nope, didn't work.
Like,
it was fun, but it didn't work.
It's time for cosplay. Like, that's why I see a lot of similarity between the two, where it's like everyone, I want to get into it. I want to do this. And then I want to do this because they see all this successful case. But then they don't understand it's not that easy.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing about it. Cosplay and streaming is like part of the job description, I feel like, is to make it look easy. People don't want to watch you fail, and they don't want to watch you sit there and cry about failing. They want to watch you and be like, they want you to be like, I do all these cool things, and I've got all these cool opportunities, and I've got all these cool things, and they're just like, yeah, I want to hear about the cool thing. You know, so we have to make it look easy, because that's just what you're supposed to do.
That's what people like to see. Yeah. And that's the same thing for me too, right? Because I take photos. People like to see me and it's like, oh yeah, all we do is just go take a picture of beautiful girls and voila, what an easy life and easy job.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You're like, people are that whole like, oh, life is so hard, you just sit on your butt on your computer all day. Like, well, it kind of is though. Like, it's not your life hard, but it's my life hard. It's a lot of work.
They don't see me through in the mornings. I still editing. It's like, yeah, man, I need to get these photos done by tomorrow.
Yeah, it takes hours to edit stuff. Hours. And then you have like a backlog, and you have to edit all the other things, and then you have to also do your social media, and you have to answer your emails, and you have to book your stuff, and you have to talk to your friends, and you have to. It's crazy.
You have to hide your life. You have to,
Especially when you're still new, you have to figure out like how to talk to companies, because like in the beginning they won't reach out to you, not straight, like maybe you do sometimes, but you still have to do a lot of hustling, like a lot of work,
networking, business cards, like that's one of the reasons we're bummed about E3 this year for a million reasons, but one of them is because that's how we book our whole year. By going to E3, having these closed door meetings with these companies, getting our names to them, and then we book the whole year. So no E3 this year, we're like, oh, well then, it's going to be an interesting year with no gigs. So, and then obviously everything's closed anyways, so we don't get gigs anyways. But it's like in the past, we network that whole entire week nonstop. So.
I mean, that's why I go to conventions like all the time. Like this year, I was supposed to go to a con every other week. Especially as a photographer, I'm kind of like not seen. I'm not in like all my stuff on Instagram, right? It's not me. Like on the book, it sounds great. Like on paper, it's like it's amazing. People love me for my content, not for me. But then they don't know me, so they don't really care for what I do. They care about the girls or guys in my photos.
Well, I feel like in your position too, your content comes from photos. So you can kind of work from home and take photos around your house, but people want to see you go somewhere and take photos at this
different
place
people with different locations.
Exactly, different and stuff that they can't go to. Like I can't go to AX this year, but I know Martin's there, so I can watch, his socials for the week and see all the photos from AX. So it's like I feel like yours is like you almost have to get out and do stuff.
And me being an extreme extrovert, it's like I want to go out. It's like I'm dying inside every day.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't have to go anywhere, and no one's inviting me to things, and I don't have to come up with excuses not to go because there's just nothing going on. I'm like, this is so great. Nobody's invited me to anything in like 3 months. And I'm like, yes.
And now could even say like if anyone get close to you, you can say fuck off, and you will still be the right person. It'll be the other person be the asshole.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like we were shopping somewhere, and we had to stand outside and wait in line to go inside the store to shop because they have capacity limits right now.
I went to Trader Joe's, same thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, this is awesome. I can do this with my arms, and there's no people, and nobody's bumping into me, and like, I'm fine to do this all the time.
Just keep it this way. I mean, it's gonna say that for a while.
Introverts are definitely super happy right now. Zach, not so much. You, not so much. But I'm like, yes, I want to stay in my house forever.
I haven't been kicked out of a bar in months, so I'm like having withdrawals. Remember when we were actually at E3? I think last year, or the year before, we were at something. And we were with Tom T Squared, and we were talking about introverts and how they need better ways to say no to stuff or something. Someone invited him to go to something. He goes, "Oh, I would, but I don't want to." And we were just dying because it was like the most directly introverted way of saying no. We're like, this needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah, the best part was he was like texting. So he was kind of listening to what I was saying, but he wasn't actually listening. So we were like, I was like, yeah, so we're like going to go to Disneyland this weekend, and you're totally welcome to come if you want to go to Disneyland. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I would, but I don't want to." And he like didn't say anything afterwards, and I was like, "What did you just say?" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Did you just say you would go, but you don't want to go?" And then he just started cracking up because he was like not really paying attention, so the truth came out really.
So you're actually saying what you think? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Would, but I don't want to.
But it's like people are never that direct ever. They always have to be like, "Oh, I would have something to do," because they don't want you to feel bad.
Yeah.
But not Tom. Tom was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that."
I appreciate that. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's to the point. But it was
Just
so
like-
funny that we were obviously not offended in any way. We were just like, "Yeah, I would do that, but I don't want to." That's brilliant. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Because the problem is that we have so much hypocrisy in many things on Twitter, especially in our industry. I feel like it's so much, especially in cosplay and streaming. Maybe because a lot of them are younger audience, or younger people.
Yeah.
So they're still kind of, I don't know. It's just all of them are hypocrites, and it annoys me.
Well, I think cosplay in general, once it started to get really big and people started getting really big social media and selling prints and just, I don't know, like around that time, things kind of changed in terms of the overall quality of people in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It just tends to attract a lot of narcissists and just selfish
Yeah.
people that don't give a fuck about you or the scene.
Yeah.
They just want to be popular and have money. And
Honestly, that was one of the main reasons I stepped back from cosplay, because it was just getting so toxic, And it's like, obviously that's not entirely the case, like 100% of the time. But in my particular instance, it was more people were interested to meet me so that we could collab and they could sort of ride whatever I was doing, behind me, So it was more, people weren't interested really in friendships. They were more interested in how can I use you to succeed myself? And it's like, I don't mind doing collabs and I don't mind helping people and stuff, but I'm like, you gotta at least try to be my friend, You gotta at least try to be
and let's put in some effort, put in some elbow grease into it. But that's the thing too, and I mentioned this a few times on my stream or talking to friends, even behind closed door, even on this. But it's weird because when I first started, I really like it for fun. It was really fun. Remember cosplay 10 years ago, 15 years ago? It was great. It's everyone go to cons because we're all outcasts. We love this stuff, and then we have fun.
The nice thing about that too is that I feel like nobody cared what you did back then either. It's I would go with my 15 friends and we would all wear whatever we wanted, and we were all stupid and loud, and we carried boom boxes around, and we had elevator parties, and it was all just stuped fun.
We're
and
all
now
weird and stupid,
yeah, but now it's so judgmental, and everyone's just trying to get they're trying to get viral on the internet, and everyone's trying super hard and being super toxic and crazy, and it's a definitely a different vibe. I can't just go and wear whatever I want anymore if I want to stay relevant, because it's turned into a competition. It's not fun anymore. So
and Fanime was my first con. It was my home con because I live up in NorCal, and it was so much fun. You just go room to room to room where you just or walk around the lobby and hotels. You just see friends everywhere, and you make new friends. And nobody, because there was no popularity contest or whatsoever.
Exactly.
So everyone's
I can be friends with all these people, and it's totally fine. And now it's so cliquey and I don't want to talk to this person because they don't have Instagram, but this person has a really big Instagram, so we're gonna go.
And that's the thing. We don't know if they want to talk to us because they think we're cool, we're fun, and they just want to know us, or they want to know us because we have a following, or they want to know us to get to someone else that's also have a bigger following.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's a crazy way to think, but that's how it is now. So I don't know.
Experienced it many times.
Insane, and I was like, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna cosplay for fun, maybe, but I'm gonna focus on streaming now.
That's smart. But that's why lots of cosplayers now, they can't go to con. They're stuck inside, so they need to figure out how to stream. But I don't know. They're not. They're pretty new at it, and because cosplay is such for most of them are not video things, right? For cosplay, most of them is a photos thing. So people know them for either whatever their cosplay, or especially the lewd cosplayer that's how sexy they are. So it's really hard for them to go from that to showing a personality on stream because they're just not used to it. And people don't even know what to expect, People might have an idea. They can guess, or they can make an assumption what you are, but everyone's gonna make different assumption of who they are because they just see their photos, see their Twitter or Instagram or whatsoever. But it's completely different when it's streaming.
Yeah. Well, there's there's a really big learning curve to it, and it takes time to really dial it in. It's easier now. I think it's way easier now to stream than it was when we started. Even if you were starting like 2-3 years ago, I think it was way harder because now it's just so integrated into everything.
Oh, yeah.
You can stream straight from an Xbox and have it look. It could be in 1080p, 6,000 bit rate. I mean, just everything looks great.
And 5 years ago, when you try to set up stream for the first time, there's gonna be something that doesn't work. There's gonna be something for sure. Yeah,
you had all kinds of delays you had to account for between your like your camera or your capture card or your microphone, and stream softwares were chunky and they would lag, and just like it was so much harder. And now, you just download the Streamlabs OBS and just hit a few buttons and you're live.
And you're good to go.
See all your alerts. It's just so easy now. But there is still a learning curve to how you behave in front of the camera, and we're still learning. Everyone's still learning. Streaming is still a really new thing in the broad scheme of things.
And I think again, it's the same as cosplay, where it's like getting into it now is a lot easier, but getting good at it, and also now it's so much more saturated, is so much harder to stand out.
Yeah, it's definitely like he was saying with the learning curve thing. It's so. It like works with a different part of your brain because you're having to read and talk to your chat, and you're also having to play a game. You're having to talk about what you're doing in the game while having a conversation with this chat, while reading your alerts, while trying to be entertaining. So it's like it took me at least a year to get even remotely down to where I could do it all at the same time. And I still have issues now if I'm playing a game like Dark Souls or something where I have a boss that's going to take me 45 minutes to kill. I'm like, all right, chat, you just sit there for a minute. I will get to you when I can get to you because I'm focused on this right now.
Because sometimes you have to focus. I saw someone playing Final Fantasy earlier, and how are you reading all the dialogue while reading chat, while responding to both at the same time? It's like, how? What? It's so much attention, splitting. Yeah.
While also walking your chat through what you're doing. So you're like, I think I'm going to go over here and fight this guy now. Oh, hey, so-and-so. Then I'm going to go over here. Oh, thanks for that $1. And then I'm going to do this. And it's just
it's weird because I wonder actually, would that affect people when they get older? With streamer, because I don't think we got to that age where we have a generation of streamer. But imagine all the streamers, some days they all go to old people house, Then we just have Alzheimer where we all just describe what we do because we're so used to all right, I'm gonna walk over here now. I'm gonna eat my medicine. Because we're just so used to doing that. And then thank you, stream, and dude, is you okay? No, it's just streaming.
Well, I feel like I do that now, in my head when I'm walking around at my house. I'm in my stream mentality, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna do this thing, and then man, this would be so cool if I I talk to myself in my head now because I talk to myself on my stream.
Yeah. Because if you don't have that mindset or you've never trained it, you will not be entertaining on stream.
Yeah.
You're just quietly sitting there and someone's like, well, I guess kind of boring, then they're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a radio broadcast, like a DJ, kind of trying to avoid dead air and stuff and think of things to say. A lot of times between games, I'll pull up Twitter and just look at things that are trending that people are talking about right now, and just bullshit about it.
Anything. How do you do your bar news, by the way? Your bar news stuff, do you find stuff ahead of time, or what is that like?
It depends. We go back and forth between the level of effort we put into it. Sometimes we don't prepare at all. We just go live and just pull up stories that people have sent us, because we have an entire section in my Discord where my subscribers can post. It's called sub stories. So if they find stuff for us all the time and send it. So people send us shit all the time. We could never go through it all. And so we have an entire Discord just filled all the time with stupid stories of, it's usually people getting hurt doing something dumb, or some guy robs a bank with a watermelon over his head so you can't see him, shit like that, and
or the guy who shot a gun while on stream being drunk.
Oh, I mean, There was that one guy, that Sore Carl guy that did it, lost his channel, right? I mean, we talked about him. I think we talked about him. I can't remember, but it's usually shit like that. But, you know, other times we try and put a lot of effort in, and we'll go and find our own stories and take, you know, lots of screenshots, program everything in, and write jokes, and actually try to script it to a point where it comes off a little better and it has more thought put into it. So, but we go back and forth. Sometimes bar news is really shitty and sloppy. Other times we prepare really well, and then other times we prepare really well, and then 30 minutes in, we've had way too much to drink, and it gets sloppy anyway, and it sucks anyway. And so it's pretty much a free for all as far as how we do it.
That's fun. Yeah. I don't know. I might start something similar too. I was thinking about it too, but I'm not sure what's going to be around. Either maybe social media, or again, maybe just general news. I don't know. It's something that I'm interested in. It seems fun. So I might have to chat with you later about that too, to see what's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Or you just come to our house and just do bar news with me, Ethan. It's probably easy. So you can stand right in the middle. And
I would get so drunk. You guys drink so much. Every time I see you, even in person, in anywhere, I'm like, oh God, oh no, I should walk away before he see me. Then he goes like, Martin. I'm like, all right, that's a good shot.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's what I want right there. That's the reputation that I want to have. So make sure you tell everybody you know. That's the kind of person I am.
Because it's fun though. But like it's like secretly like it's really fun, but I don't want to admit it. But like, oh no.
Because the rest of your day is going to be screwed. You're not going to get anything done.
It's fun if you're also drunk. If you see Zach falling over and you're sober, that's when you're like, I'm going to go over there now. But if you're drunk, you're like, oh yeah, Zach's drunk. I'm going to go talk to him. You know?
No, because usually I'm such a guarded person, but with you guys, I'm not. You know, I get to be more myself. So it's like, oh, it's so much fun. I mean, that's
we've known you forever.
For a long, I mean, that's why I was saying, like, you guys are always one of my top example when I say there's people that I know from gaming, from cosplay, that I first met them to like later in life, and then now it's like I've been to their weddings and all kinds of stuff. Like, I know I'm gonna know these people for the rest of my life. Like, it's just not escapable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you where we met, honestly.
It's
been like a really long time.
I'm gonna have to talk to you, Martin, about some stuff too, because I just bought a camera, like a legit camera. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a crazy nice one, but I've always used
right
webcams.
There.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
It's a Canon fancy camera.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. It's new. It's called the Canon fancy camera.
The Canon, yep.
There it is. It's a Rebel T7.
Gotcha. All right.
So
good old Rebel.
It came with a few lenses and stuff. So I'm gonna pick your brain at some point. Just
for sure. What do you want to do with it?
Well, it's going to be my camera for Barney's now, because like I'm just tired of using these crappy webcams that they'll freeze or they just don't look as good.
Stupid. Like I have like 2 other webcam. Like the one that you see me right now, not the stream, but like the one that you see me is a webcam. But it's good, but it's still like after all this year, it's still how is it still so horrible? Like they should make something very simple and easy and plug it in. They'll make so much money.
Like I use a DSLR now as my stream camera because it's just it's so much better than a webcam.
But I've wanted to have a better camera to do the bar streams for a long time. But I'm also starting a YouTube series in the next week or so called Today We Discuss. And it's going to be, so it's kind of a plug right now, I guess, because I haven't really talked to anybody about that. But I wanted to get a really good camera before I did that, because it's just going to be like a once a week YouTube upload, and it's just going to be like a really skeptic point of view of a major topic one at a time. And I just, so I wanted to get a really good camera so that I could have that for both the bar streams and for YouTube stuff. So
I also can tell you something later too. I have an editor team person kind of thing where it's like a monthly fee, but they edit as much as you want. That's how I keep pushing out all my videos. It's amazing. So I'll let you know about that too.
Yeah. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what's the plan?
I don't have to do it.
Editing
I have enough stuff to do. I don't need to edit your videos.
Video editing is so annoying because you just watch the same thing over and over and over.
You have to line everything up and mess with the volume. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So I don't do YouTube because I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't handle it. I just pay someone like you guys handle it and you guys do it, make it look good, and I'm out. Like I don't want to deal with it. Yeah.
Good idea.
We'll see.
If you get to a certain level, I think you'll have to do something like that. Where you do like 3 or 4 videos a week, you're probably gonna have to do that.
I'm still gonna want to learn on my own to do it too. Obviously,
because in the beginning, you figure out how much you need first before you. It's always that's how I tell people too. With equipment or anything, is that you keep doing what you do until at a certain point you realize you need something better. You can spend your time better doing something else. That's when you decide to get better equipment or better services. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, same for your streaming stuff. So, well, what's the plan for you guys for the the rest of the year? Then is it the streaming or like is there any big projects? I know you're saying the YouTube channel, but
I mean, we have the stuff with Quickscope. We're gonna do.
Oh yeah, tell me about Quickscope too, because like I know you guys started it earlier last year, and I talked to you guys a few times about it, but tell me more about it. It's like how did this come about and.
It was actually while we were driving home from E3 last year when we came up with the idea. Well, I wouldn't say the idea. I feel like we've had the idea for a long time, but we weren't really sure. Yeah, that's one of the shirts. We weren't really sure what the template for the idea was. I knew we wanted to have an apparel line. I knew that I wanted it to be like about video games and probably weapons and precision.
Yeah. I feel like you need to back up before that though. Like the reason you wanted to do a clothing line is because, we have all our friends are doing clothing lines and they're crazy successful. Obviously Filthy Casual is wildly successful. Yeah. Ryan with his fake nerd stuff, crazy successful. And Zach is looking at them and is just like, I want to do that. I admire them. I look up to them. I'm like, I'm going to do that too. So that was like the original thought was we were going to do merch. And then at E3, when we were driving back, Zach was like, I got it.
Yeah. So that was how we kind of figured out the general idea of it. And then Dan was an obvious choice to approach as an artist to come up with all the artwork. And, just sort of took it from there. But it was something where we'd been going to a lot of events for a long time. And every time we would pass like the Filthy Casual booth, I'd buy a shirt or two and say hi to like Mike and Jason and talk to them. And I've always been rooting for those guys. And same with Ryan. Any of our friends that go to events, like Brian at Gamer Advantage, who does the glasses, the drink companies, the headphone companies, just all of them. We've become friends with a lot of companies over the years that are in the industry. And I don't know. I've always had a certain level of respect for the people that do that when I'm just the guy going to the events and getting shit-faced and partying and having a good time, So I kind of wanted to just throw another log on the fire of everything that we do. And it's turned out to be pretty fun so far. Everyone seems to like it. And
they're super comfy, like soft.
They're so soft.
Yeah, they're nice shirts. We put a lot of work into them. We have this really cool local company that we work with. That's our supplier. So it's been great for them too. They're really happy with it. And, and we have these new hats coming. We have tank tops we're going to do. So in the next few weeks, we're going to do a summer sale for that. And then hopefully go to an event sometime in September, probably TwitchCon, hopefully.
Yeah, and fingers crossed.
Other than that, we really don't have a whole lot of plans. We're just going to work on our streams. I'm going to work on building a YouTube series and, just saving money, basically.
Yeah. I mean, same with me. I've got my stream that I do 6 days a week, and then OnlyFans.
6 days a week?
Yeah. Jeez. OnlyFans has been taking up a ton of my time as well. So that's pretty much just what I do. That, and then, do some Quickscope stuff here and there, some music stuff here and there. And
that's actually a lot.
It's
I feel like we do that all the time. We're like, I don't have much going on, and then just list a bunch of things. Like, yeah, that's about it. It's like that's like 6 different things. Like, yeah, that's about it.
We work a lot. I'm definitely a workaholic. I work from the time I get up to the time I go to bed.
Yeah. So same. Like, I'm doing this podcast. Obviously, but then I'm also doing a bunch of other like new plans for like how I'm gonna do with my new shoot stuff or like how's quarantine gonna affect me. I'm making some Photoshop preset stuff or Lightroom presets, like a city nightscape. Yeah. I'm actually going out later tonight to get some video of it too. So we'll see how that works. Yeah.
I've been using Lightroom a lot lately since I've been editing my stuff for OnlyFans. So
Oh yeah.
I will hit you up for that.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make a bunch for also as you said, like for Lightroom for portraits stuff like that. I already have one that is Photoshop, which is similar, but I feel like it'd be easier for people who also have access to Lightroom. I don't know. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I have a few, like I spent a couple days going through and just getting like free Lightroom presets off Google.
Yeah.
And none of them are any good. So I'm like, we'll talk to Martin. Martin can fix this. So
I'll get you some set. I'll get you something. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, anyway, where can people find you guys?
Twitch. I'd say Twitch is probably the best place to go. Twitch.
Do you have a schedule? Do you both have a streaming schedule?
No.
Schedule is we start whenever we want and then we end whenever we want.
Yeah, it's more about how many hours can we fit into a week by just streaming a lot.
My only schedule is Monday through Saturday. I take Sundays off. So
that's still a lot.
Monday through Saturday, I will stream at some point during the day.
Jeez. Do you guys like stream at the same times or like have to be purposely on a like different time or like?
It kind of depends. Mostly I like to start first so that he can hop on and I can host him afterwards. That's usually what we try to do. It doesn't always
also
work
have
out
like
that way.
you guys have like, especially even in the old house, but like in the new house, you guys have separate rooms, so it's easy for you to
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, like we try not to stream at the same time. Sometimes we can't help it. But on a normal good day, I will start early. I'll go for 6 to 8 hours. He'll hop on. I'll host him. He'll go for 8 to 12 hours. Then that's the day.
Jesus.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry if I took too much of your time today from doing what I do.
This was all we had planned today.
Yeah.
Set aside just Martin.
Yeah.
On the calendar, it just says Martin.
You got all of our shit today, man. You're the whole agenda for the whole day. And it was not so that we could just be lazy the rest of the day, I swear.
Right. It was because we needed time to prepare. And then we need time to rest afterwards. Not because we don't want to do anything today.
Yeah.
Totally.
Turned down the Jimmy Fallon show so we could do the Martin Wong Twitch
The
podcast.
Martin Wong Experience podcast.
Yep. Fuck off, Fallon. Maybe next month.
Yeah. Get behind Martin. That's how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been fun. I love Lindsay and Zach. They're amazing people. So please go check them out. I'm sure lots of you here also from their stream, so you already know them. But please making sure you check them out more. And I will see you all next time, guys.